What's up, keepers, and welcome back to ARS Goalkeeping, the top goalkeeper training and reviews channel on YouTube. By popular demand, we're going to take a look at the goal kick, starting with an overview of the kicking form and technique. We're going to follow that up with a breakdown and some tips that I use when I just can't get that contact correctly. Then we're going to look at a few simple exercises that will strengthen your kicking muscles and end it all up with kicking drills to get that perfect contact and form when you take your goal kicks. So now that you saw my goal kick from a few different angles, let's take a look at the video and break it down together. Starting with my set position before the kick, I like to go 3 to 4 large steps backwards and 2 steps to the side, creating a 90-degree angle with my body squared up with the ball. And if done correctly, goal kicks don't need a massive run-up. With the correct strike, you can send the ball sailing through the air with hardly any muscle on your legs. For the best strike, we want the ball to hit right under the big toe on the top laces side of your cleat. You're going to strike through the bottom center half of the ball to get that backspin and lift on your shot. A massive help to creating balance and power are your arms and chest. When you approach the ball, you should be raising one arm high and another at low height. This creates a counterbalance to help your plant foot create power, and it also activates the core muscles diagonally across your body, helping you get that extra oomph on the strike. And as you strike, you want to be pulling your chest out. If you point your chest downwards, it will put your power downwards and won't let that ball really take off. You want to make sure that when you're striking the ball, you're hitting it with a solid foot, which means you're locking your ankles and pointing your toes downwards. You want to keep your follow through on the strike low. Don't lift your leg too high. Let the technique make the ball lift, not your leg going up. Sometimes it is harder for me to get that right contact, and I've come to find shortening and slowing down my approach to the ball and focusing on that strike zone lets me find the sweet spot a whole lot quicker. Also, exaggerating everything as you slow it down helps me create the power and form that is sometimes rushed through on normal speed kicks. And the best advice when it comes to trouble kicking is practice, practice, practice. Now that we've got the kick down, we can still build up power to get an even stronger, farther kick. Starting out with simple core and leg workouts that can be done with or without a ball. But since we are goalkeepers, I do recommend getting in that hand-eye coordination work as you work on your core muscles. Simply, this drill makes your core stronger and gets a bit more hand-eye coordination, which are needed in helping a strong goal kick. Next up is the cross-body crunch, which is working on the diagonal power being created when you raise your arms as you strike the ball. And of course, it builds that lower core that supplements the ligaments that are lifting the ball and striking through the shot. Next up, we progress to a full body diagonal crunch, making our core do most of the work here by crunching our abs together to reach the opposite arm to the opposite leg. This is just a fuller, more intense version of the earlier crossbody dive, and again, we're recreating keeping our arms up and creating that diagonal power to push through and kick through the ball. We're going to then go to our feet and go into one of my favorite all-around exercises that works power and strength in everything goalkeeping. This is a good old lunge with the balance being done on the toes, just to work those stabilizing muscles out. A better, more balanced plant foot will lead to a much more solid and full strike. If you're off balance when you strike the ball, you have no idea where the hit will end up. So what you can do is a one-footed leg plant and swing just to work on this balance and body control. And to finish our goal kick video, we're going to look at some kicking drills that you can do to work on footwork, power, and proper contact. We're going to start with a simple line of balls ready to be kicked. The keeper doesn't have to rush too much, but we do want to kick each ball back to back, forcing the keeper to go back and quickly approach the ball while landing a good strike in the right zone. It's all about finding your footwork and approaching the ball correctly and getting that right 90-degree angle and attack on the ball. Remember to slow down your approach to the ball when you're about to strike and get your arms up. Focus on a good solid contact. If you aren't hitting the ball right, then you are rushing way too much. Slow it down and the shot will always be waiting for you. Next up, we move into a two-touch contact drill. Here we're going to serve our keeper an easy low ball across the mouth of goal and have them set the ball once with a touch and then clear it into the goal. Now we still are not rushing our first touch and we should be putting it at a 90-degree angle from us. All we have to do is focus on that clean contact on the bottom center of the ball and you should be able to just clear it straight into the top of the goal. And once you have the two-touch contact down pat, you move on to a one-time clearance that keepers have to do often. All this has to do is about getting the right strike point on the ball in the correct form when you're striking it. When you do it all correctly, the ball will fly to wherever you point your chest to. Again, this is all about clean contact. Anything less than a good clean hit in the right area and you will be chasing footballs all over the field. So that's it for the goal kick tutorial. I hope you learned how to kick the ball with the right technique, and if you are having any kicking problems, that the tips, exercises, and drills help you out. Don't forget to leave some love in the comments and check out albertoruizsoccer.com for any deals and articles. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you all very soon.